Hi ladies, and this is Elisa with another bump date. I'm going to go over weeks 25 and 26. I am now 26 weeks pregnant and 3 days, so I guess the end of a week 24 as well. So where last time we had seen our doctor and we just had another appointment with him this afternoon, and baby boy is measuring right on time. Again, his legs are still a couple weeks behind, but again, the doctor's not really concerned about it. So I was really good about writing down or typing down on my phone the questions that we had with a reminder. I had a timed reminder so that I would remember to ask the questions that I had with the doctor there. So we went over the questions before he had started, and some of my questions went back to even the ultrasound when we found out that Sawyer was doing okay and that he would actually be making it. The doctor even then had said that a marker for Downs is a soft marker for Downs is that they keep their fists clenched pretty much all the time in utero. I'm not sure why it's a marker for Downs, but it is, in addition to the short femur length. So I wanted to know, we hadn't really talked about these last few ultrasounds that we had with our main doctor. So I really wanted him to look at it while we were doing an ultrasound. So he did look at it. He found the baby's hands right away. The baby's still breech, but he said that we have plenty of time for the baby to turn the right direction because there's still a lot of room in there. But he found the hands and they were clenched, but after just a few seconds of watching it, they did unclench and clench again, and the baby was actually playing with his feet. So I think the doctor felt really good about that. I felt really good about that. It was amazing to see him playing. You know, we just haven't really, I guess we haven't noticed in the ultrasounds him playing. He's mostly been wiggling around and, you know, doing a little dance or just sitting in there. But yeah, it was great to see him like playing with his little feet that he'll be doing after he gets here, and it was really cool. But yeah, it was just, it's every time I see him, it just makes me happier and happier, and just realizing there's going to be a little person here in just, you know, like 13 and a half weeks or 14 weeks if he stays in there for the whole time. It's just crazy. But yeah, what else has been happening? The baby is wiggling up a storm these last few weeks. The doctor did mention, or online it mentioned, that somewhere I read or heard that these next few weeks the baby will be the most active he is in during the entire pregnancy. So he'll be big enough so that you could feel all that movement, and it won't be so big that he can't move anymore. So and the baby has been making that a reality for me. He is just wiggling up a storm in there. There was a couple days, 2 days in a row, right in the middle of the 25th week, where Sawyer wasn't moving very much, and it was making me nervous. I mean, he was moving a few times a day, and I was here feeling him after I ate and stuff, but it starts to make you nervous when you're used to feeling him move all the time, and then you don't go from that to not feeling him move very much at all. So I was like, okay, babe, you gotta wake up, wake up for mommy, do a little dance. But immediately he jumped right into that third day. It was like he was hosting a conga party in there or something. I don't know. But he was just dancing up a storm. And no, I think I pretty much got his schedule when he, you know, he wakes up at certain times, and always after I eat them, which is common. But yeah, it's just amazing to feel this little life inside me. And something amazing happened today. I had been laying down on my side in bed. I'm surrounded by a cavernous amount of pillows, obviously to aid in my sleeping comfort. And I had my arm laying on my side because I was on my right side, had my left arm laying on my belly, and I know that I felt him on the base of my arm. So I felt the skin go whoop, And so I know that I felt it on the inside, but I know I felt a thump right against my arm. And then it happened like 2 or 3 more times. So it's just amazing that I'm finally starting to like be able to feel him from the outside. Now, Brian wasn't here, so he didn't get to feel him, and he still has yet to really feel actual movement. It's just hard to time. Like when Sawyer's being the most active, I'm usually at work, so Brian's not there to feel it. But he will. Um, Excuse me. Exhausted. But yeah, so eventually Sawyer's gonna get so big that he's gonna feel him all the time, and then the baby will be born, he'll feel him all the time. So yeah, but it was still really cool to be like, he's so strong and he's getting so big, and I'm just so excited that everything's progressing well. My symptoms have been pretty good, all the same. I still have the low blood pressure, low blood pressure, but apparently inability to speak. Today when we had our checkup, and I haven't really noticed. I mean, my nails have been growing fast, but I mean, my nails were really slow growing before, and I feel like my hair hasn't. I mean, I had it cut like a month ago, and I don't feel like it's grown or really gotten thicker or thinner or really changed at all. The only thing that I've noticed about my hair is that it doesn't get. I'm a naturally oily person. I have a naturally oily skin, and my hair is naturally oily, but I can go longer without washing my hair if I need to, because it just doesn't get as oily. So I don't know. That's a pregnancy symptom. I heard your hair can change, but I haven't noticed that it's been thicker or fuller or anything. So I'm hoping that that means that postpartum I won't be losing lots of hair, but we'll see. I think I'll have other things to worry about postpartum than my hair falling out. But yeah, other than that, and cravings, I mean, all the same things. Ice cream, milk. I want milk all the time. But yeah. And oh, and another big thing is that I know I told you guys last time that they wanted me to schedule my glucose test, and he was letting me wait until the next Saturday, and I completely spaced it. And I really mean I spaced it. I didn't actually like deliberately like ha 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 ha. I'm not going to take that stupid test. I completely forgot. So I went and I took it this last Saturday, and I did not pass it, guys. I did not pass it. I was very disappointed. The only thing that I had that morning, because I went in the morning anyway, like at 8:30 or something, but I had woken up and had an egg, or 2 eggs, I guess, scrambled eggs, and a little bit of ketchup, but barely none. And I don't think I had anything to drink. But it's not a fasting test. The way the Kaiser does is you take the 1 hour, and if you fail the 1 hour, then you have to take the 3 hour. So I don't know if everybody does it that way, but that's the way Kaiser does it. And so I passed the glucose test at 12 weeks, but I did not pass it at 25 and a smashing full of days, or right before, yeah. 25 weeks and 6 days. So what Kaiser likes to see is less than or equal to a glucose reading of 139, and mine came back at 157. And I had read that, levels over 180 are really bad. So I was like, well, that sucks. They're going to want me to take the glucose test again, the long one. And I was worrying about it and what should I start? We went grocery shopping later that day, so I'm like, should I, not buy these snacks now? Should I buy, plain oatmeal? Should I'm like, wait, oatmeal is kind of a carb, right? I mean, it's an oat. Can I even have that? And, I don't know anything about a diabetic's diet, so I was starting to really worry about it. But then when I talked to my doctor, I mean, my doctor's a pretty positive guy anyway, so I don't know if he was trying to lighten it for me, but I told him my reading, and because he's like, you're gonna take your glucose, right? And I'm like, oh no, I did that on Saturday. He's all, I saw an email about that. I was like, yeah, I didn't pass. And so I told him my rating, and he's all, oh, well, that's not bad. And I was like, well, what does that mean? And he said, well, it's not a very high reading. He's all, usually under 160. He's all, it's probably be really unlikely that you will fail also the 3-hour test. He's like, but the 3-hour test does really suck. And I was like, well, I know that sucks. So the glucose test, if you guys have not had the glucose test yet, the 3-hour, so it's fasting, so you have to fast anywhere between 8, but no more than 10 hours. So you have to time it right and come in the lab at the right time. So the lab tech told me to eat, if I'm going to come in at 7, right when the lab opens, to eat between 9:30 and 10:30. She said, like a half a sandwich and a glass of milk, because you can't come in with too low of a reading. But then that morning you can have water. But once you take the glucose, you're not allowed to drink anything at all, not even like sip water. So you have to take the glucose. They draw your blood first, and then instead of having, because it was like a bottle, like, just a little, like less than a Coke. It was only 8 ounces of the glucose, which is gross. It makes you feel nasty, but the flavor wasn't so bad. Everyone complains about the flavor, but my flavor, I mean, it was clear, so it was like lime, so it tasted like Sierra Mist to me, but flat. And luckily, when you get it at the lab, it was chilled in a refrigerator, but I guess they have orange or lemon lime, but that's neither here nor there. They take your blood right when you come in. You have to drink, like, it's not the 8 fluid ounces. You have to drink 2 of those, basically double the amount of sugar, and still not eat anything. And then after an hour, they take your blood, and after 2 hours, they take your blood, and after 3 hours, they take your final blood, and then you'll get your results, whatever, the next day. So it's a lot of blood taking, and you have to sit in the lab. You're not allowed to leave, and you're not allowed to sip water, like if you get nauseous or anything. And so the nurse also said, well, remember to bring yourself a light snack that you can eat there, so you're not like dizzy or anything like that. And they have water there. So it's going to suck. It isn't going to be fun. But in the end, whatever I need to keep myself healthy and the baby healthy. And then my doctor was like, I think they really, at Kaiser, make it a bigger deal than what it is. He's like, unless your sugar rating is like crazy amounts high or whatever, he's like, even medicated, he's like, the risks to the baby really aren't all that bad. With my sugar numbers. I'm sure with some people's sugar numbers, it could actually really endanger the baby. But, you go to Dr. Google, and Dr. Google, you're going to die. It's like this horrible thing. Everything you read, you're dying or you have cancer or something. So, Dr. Google's dangerous, so stay away from it. But yeah, so that's all that I have for you guys. I have to take the next, I'm going to take the 3-hour glucose this Saturday, so I'll report to you guys on that one. Hopefully I get the results back pretty quick. And hopefully I pass that, because I would really, really like to not have to prick my finger, and I would really, really like to not have to like be crazy about my diet. Yeah, because nobody wants to do that when they're pregnant. I mean, I've already been being careful anyway, except for, my bouts of ice cream and chocolate milk. But, I mean, I still, when they weighed me today, that 3 pounds did stay with me, but I didn't gain or lose any. So, I mean, the doctor told me today the baby's probably weighing about 2.5 pounds, and I've only gained 3. So, I'm pretty sure between the baby and the amniotic fluid and my placenta and everything, I'm probably still losing weight. So, I'm really hoping, crossing my fingers, think positive thoughts for me, ladies, because I really want to pass that glucose test. But the doctor said, there's nothing you can really do to prepare or anything. It's just how your body handles it. It either does or it doesn't. So, I'll take it as I can get. I think a lot of people also, I haven't done it yet, so this is a very judgy statement. Forewarned that I'm about to be judgy. But I think a lot of people who get gestational diabetes, women, a lot of people who get gestational diabetes are kind of snivellers about it. I mean, pricking my finger, that sounds miserable. Like, modifying my diet so that I can't have anything fun to eat, that's all, it sounds miserable. But I've had so many needles in my butt over the last, however long, since last August or whatever, June, since I did IVF, that I'm like, really? A few pricks in the finger every single day for the next 14 weeks? I'm okay. And I'm sure it will not be that easy, and I'm sure I will complain about it on these vlogs if it is, but I'm like, whatever gets my baby here safe. I think all of the hard things that have been during this pregnancy, the physical hard things on me, are so much easier for me to bear. So much easier for me to bear because I almost lost him. And because I worked so hard for him, because me and Brian and a million other people prayed so hard for him to exist, that this pregnancy every day, no matter how miserable it is a blessing. I mean, and I thought that pregnancy, even a normal pregnancy, if I had gotten pregnant naturally without IVF, I mean, I always expected if it was anything less than miserable, I would be surprised. And here I am. It's less than miserable, and I'm surprised, and I'm happy, and, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And that's not to say that there hasn't been hard things, because when we go grocery shopping, by the end of grocery shopping, I'm done. My hips kill me. It feels like there's two bones grinding against each other in each one of my hips. And, it's not even my lower back that hurts. It's like above each butt cheek. So I think that's kind of like, my love handle area. So at the top of my hips. And the actual, like, where my hips meets my leg. I mean, just those things, they just ache. And if I stand too long at work, they just ache. But things like that. And the swelling, it has been happening more, but the weather's also been getting warmer here in California. So, we've been having rainy days, which I don't have any swelling on rainy days. It's just when it starts getting super warm. And so that I know that as I'm getting more and more pregnant, we're going towards the prettier part of spring and summer, and it's California. I mean, we're going to have more nice days than rainy days. So that's kind of hard, knowing that I'm like, oh, I'm going to be really swollen and puffy. But yeah, I can handle all of it. Bring it on. Bring it on. But yeah, so swollen, puffy, no changes in hair, no changes in weight. I wish I had more information. Of course, I've been talking for like 15 minutes or something. So that's probably plenty of information, ladies. But I have another appointment in 2 weeks. If something, I'll probably make an update video so there's not so much time after the glucose results come back, because you guys will probably be wanting to know. I want to know. And the only other change that we've had really is that we are really seriously rethinking the whole having the baby shower after the baby, because we either wanted to wait like 2 months after the baby was born, which was too much time for my mom, and because she didn't want us to have to wait that long, but just the idea of having basically a newborn and only being a 1 month postpartum, I mean, just many factors that I'll probably go into in my next video are leading us to think that, okay, if something does go wrong, I am just giving into fear by not having it before Sawyer's born. I'm letting fear win. And I don't want to let fear win. I want to celebrate this baby, and it might just be better all the way around if we have it before the baby's here. There is nothing that is going to make me feel 100% great about this pregnancy until my son is here and the pregnancy's over and I have him in my arms. But I still think, I'm starting to think anyway, that we really should celebrate the fact that he's going to be here and the fact that we've had such a good pregnancy so far. And we'll see. But we'll see. No decisions have been made yet. But yeah, and it's just crazy. I'm going to have a kid, a baby. But yeah, so thank you for watching. I'm sorry for babbling on. I say that there's barely anything to say, and then I continue to talk for 18 minutes. So, thanks for watching, ladies, and I will be talking to you post-glucose test. Oh, wish me luck. Bye, ladies.